stuff and everything else like that, bounties and missions, and it just repeats itself in over 100 hours. Sort out enough. Right, we need to find a place to stay very shortly. And maybe it'll be raining in the morning when we get into crash camp, which will perk all your moods up, because I know how you love being in crash cam and love the rain and the expectation of me saying hello to cars. Very violently, you know, entering their personal zones.
Keep right and then exit right. Exit right.
Well, you just told me to exit right. Come on, brake, 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 brake. I was pretty sure when I hit those signs it was going to go bang. What's going on here? Where'd the truck go? It just said... I don't know who to blame for that, me or the GPS. To be honest, I'm going to try and sneak in here, because apparently... Get into gear, thank you. Apparently, first time ever I've come across in the game, these signs or posts or whatever they are, got no collision. She told me to turn right. Can't remember, is it ATS or ETS when I told you at the beginning, Mike. You were here when I was telling you. I'm gonna go stuff them. This is an urgent delivery. Oh. Well done, game. You lulled me into that really well. They got no collision. I can go head on, go on. Nothing will happen. No damage will befall you. This game, I swear it's got it in for me. Oh, was that any of the...
And then turn right.
Just a truck. This is a confusing intersection. With a confusing GPS. Never my fault. A good driver blames his tools. Yeah, 12% for that one sign that had collision. It obviously stole all the power from the other one, so it was all in one place. That's the only thing I can go with. Oh, okay, that's a good point. Actually, now that you said that, I'm wondering. That was 3 weeks ago. 4 weeks ago. But I think I've got a funny feeling. I did say in one of them I'm supposed to go and repair. When we come back to the next stream. Because it was late, wasn't it? And I wanted the end of the stream, so I decided, well, I'll be streaming next week, which didn't happen. Oh, well, definitely did. Well, I mean, we know we damaged them both because of the physics mod. It was the first time we used it, remember, because the update for the winter mod for ATS took a bit longer than the one for ETS. And the last stream was the first time we were able to use it on both. And that's when we used the physics mod. And ETS we went a bit slidey. But ATS was worse. It was way worse. Yeah, I did, yeah. Yeah, the truck took an absolute beating and I was mentally beaten by the amount of time. I couldn't, honestly, I mean, I did predict it, didn't I? I did say when we were going to use that mod, I said I assume that I'll be crashing more in ETS because there's a lot more corners compared to ATS, where there's a lot more straights, long straight roads. But what will probably happen is, because I'm aware of that, I'll probably be more cautious in ETS and less cautious in ATS, so I'll end up crashing more in ATS. Which wasn't really the case, because I was aware of it both. It was just for some reason with ATS, it was a lot more slippery on the roads than ETS. But at the moment, since we've taken that was with heavy winter mod, of course. Now we've got the heavy winter mod off and we're in the frosty, because it's the last time we use winter until we get back to it, obviously. Come back around to winter. It seems less slippery with frosty mod with that thing on. Here we go. Place to park. Yeah, anyway, to re-answer your question, Mike, yeah, ETS is winning at the moment. We've got one more truck and a bit more cash. Is that away? Yeah, well, I've gone right past it, so too late. Oh, how's the fuel situation? I probably could have done with that. Don't go in this way. Oh, I won't go in that way next time. How's that?
Reroute.
I'll get some fuel and then... Oh, I can just park there, actually.
Finding a new route.
Oh, let's fuel up. Yeah. I'll do a recap at the moment. So ATS had $73,211, 13 garages and 63 trucks. ETS, we started with 123,638 euros, 13 garages and 64 trucks. So ATS is not that far behind, but ETS is still winning. Oh, that's 11th gear. I don't want that. Give me 5th gear. Let's get our sleeping on. No, no. Good morning. Right, we're up to 350. Oh, okay. Actually, I don't even know where we at. What am I looking for? Garage manager. So we've got one more truck to buy and a trailer. Well, let's do that now then. What are we driving? Scania. Scania. Visit, buy online. Stock my fleet. And where was our, was it Austria? No. Where was our... Oh, in Germany, was it? Yeah, indeed, you're correct. There we go. Right, let's put a driver in there to make us money. Hire driver. And Bob. Get in there and make me cash, sunshine. Hurry up about it. You should be already out the door with a trailer load of goodies. Which means now we buy the trailer. How many? 13 garages? 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's in 4, so I can do multiplication, I'm sure. That's 8. I paid attention in school. That'll be 12. Look at me go. This will be 13. Here we are. Customer as well. 69,000. Well, we won't be good. No, let's check it out first, shall we? See what we got. We got the single. Yep. Driveway. Get inside. Hang on, we've already got a cat inside, haven't we? Let's go with the drive fader then. Side door. Everything's pretty much going to be standard, isn't it? Because it's 69,000. It's 19,000 over the budget, but obviously they're getting more expensive, so we're going to put it up. Do we? Should we make a rule we have to put colours in these? We have to colour them? And if Money Heist is available, it's definitely going to be Money Heist. No ifs or buts. See, what do you reckon, guys? We have to paint our trailers. Which is going to make it interesting, but then again, it'll make things sort of better. I mean, obviously, because we had the 50 grand budget for our trailers, but that's gone right out the door. So no matter what, and obviously when we come back around and buy more, well, you know the deal, we're going to change each trailer with have them with different things, so they're not the same when we come back around. So I think we'll go with that. So if anything, they've got, at the minimum, we've got to buy the colours. Obviously when we come back around to buy one of these, we're going to change it to different things, so none of them are the same. Which makes it a little bit more expensive. Let's purchase that. That'll be going to Germany. Right. So now we just need 60,000 to get us a new garage. So start thinking about where our next garage is going to be, chat. And then, oh yeah, and then we'll have one more, and then we have a new truck for ourselves, don't we? We go back round. Let's be honest, the Renault's going to be the next truck, because I know you guys. You've been planning, getting together, having meetings, coming up with a plan to get me back into the Renault, huh? So, I've just got to enjoy the skin yet for a little bit longer and start preparing myself mentally for the wonderful Renaults. That's me 10k. I sort of thought of that, and I thought no, I would just oh yeah, I suppose 10k. Just got to remember though, because I think it's only available for all curtain sides. So I suppose if we do ATS, when we do a curtain side trailer, we've got to just make sure the paint jobs are 10,000 there. Doesn't have to be exact. Obviously paint jobs are going to be different prices in the game, so as long as we are aware to keep it roughly around then. Right, crash cam. There's no rain though, probably to your disappointment. How much longer we've got to go? 31 hours. There's income. Let's get into crash cam. Ad time? I haven't had an ad. 71, 72, cruise control. Oh, now it's just about to hit 80, isn't it? Oh no. Ad son? Yeah, I didn't get an ad. Graphics look totally different. I'll tell you what I did. I can't remember if I redid Windows before I last streamed or not. I can't remember. But I think redoing Windows helped making sure I had the right drivers helped. I think what's also helped is my graphics card has 3 power connectors, and according to ASUS, they've got to be single connector. They can't have the double ones which you get. And I've had 1 single and 2 double connectors. And the problem with the double connector is with the power, the cord holds 150 watts. Oh, I thought I would have made it. It just turned green. I thought, yeah, I'll make that.
Keep right, and then turn right.
Me thinking again. No. I never learn.
Turn right.
So, yeah, basically, so it spits it up 75 on each when you got a double thing. And I thought, well, maybe if you haven't got the other one plugged in, all the power goes one side. Then I found another one that was a single. So I replaced one of the double ones with a single one. And I'll tell you what, the graphics card performed a lot better. A lot better since I've done that. So I need to get another one. I can't find one to buy. They don't seem to be able to be bought. Well, I haven't so far. It leads me to believe that, yeah, those connections, the double connections, each are designed to hold just past 75 watts through them, not 150. Because my graphic card needs 450 watts. So obviously at that time, I had 150 watt, and then 2 double ones which added up to 150 watts, so my card was getting 300 watts instead of the 450. Now I've done it, it's getting more 375, which is the closest to the 450. And I have noticed a vast improvement in graphic quality and card performance. Yeah, I did see that. I did read something about that, Causey. I haven't talked so long like this. Really? I haven't done this much talking in so long. It's tickling my throat. Making me cough. Right. I've got to figure out how to fix this app. Affectionately known as Steam Control app. It's a good app. I actually had... Originally I used the actual Streamlabs one. But then they decided to not make it free anymore. And I went, okay, well, alright, let's see how much it's going to cost. They wouldn't even let me know how much it's going to cost, let alone give me the option to buy it. It's obviously a bug, so it annoyed me. Hang on a sec. I think I'll have another one of this. Wet the whistle, as they say. Crikey. Right, let's try that again. Anyway, I found a video of a guy I watched quite a lot of when I was learning how to do Twitch and set up and everything. He's really good. There's one I learned how to do the voice meter and set up plugins, to find some good plugins. He's really good. he also reviewed some apps, free apps that you can use as like a Steam Deck from your phone. And the one I use is one of them. And it's really good. With this one, you can use it with a few programs like OBS, Streamlabs, I think. I'll say Stream Elements, but Stream Elements OBS is just OBS. Where Streamlabs one is Streamlabs have actually tweaked a few things and changed it to be more customized for Streamlabs. And a couple of other things, so it's quite good. And it's been real good. It's actually set up, because the good thing about the Streamlabs app is the way it was set up. And this was set up the same. But now that the update, it's all just totally different. And so I've got to have a good look at it and see if I can't change things around. Because with the old one, if you didn't hear me say it before, with the old app, it would have the go live in stream button, this top left. Then it would have the what's it called, studio mode. And if you don't know what studio mode is, it's basically you press studio mode and then my OBS screen splits in two. On the right hand side it has what I'm streaming, what you guys see, and on the left hand side I can add a scene like streams ending or my intermission scenes there, so I can transition them with the touch of a button when I want to change them. And that's how, especially with my ones, because my scenes are coming from the internet, they're coming from Stream Elements actually, so it takes a little bit of time for them to load in, so I can put them on that screen, get them loaded in, and then transition them across. You also can edit the scenes while they're there as well, while you're going live, so if you want to change some things on a scene you can do it there. It's really good. Then it had all my different scenes. Then it had underneath the audio, and I used to be able to have all my scenes and the two audio I really needed, well three I needed, Discord, desktop for the game, and my mic right there, easily to get at. I didn't have to scroll up or down. I only had to scroll up and down for the desktop, the studio mode and ending the stream button. That was it, which I only use very rarely, so it's not a problem. But now what it's done with this update, it seemed to put more stuff in there. I now got all my audio stuff up the top. Got the record and the studio mode and transitions are all in the same spot up the top left. Then the audio stuff, and then miles down is the scenes. So if I want to mute or anything like that, I've got to scroll up, scroll down, scroll up, scroll down. I don't know why it's done that. The other one was so much easier, so much more helpful. Then again, one day I might be able to buy one Lotto and be able to buy a proper Steam Deck. Who knows? Yes, if I do win Lotto and win millions of dollars, I most likely still do this. Because the only thing that will change is my bank balance. I'll still have nothing to do during the day. I'll just have more money to do it with. Right, so we definitely got to remember to pop into a garage at the end of this delivery. Yeah, if I had the other thing too, of course, if I won lotto, I'd have enough money to do my own advertising. Basically, just pay for heaps of gifted subs all over the place to bring people in. Sort of like those things you want to become rich things, except I could do it for myself and look like I'm a nice guy handing out free subs. Which technically I shouldn't be able to lose my channel over, unlike the other ones where you can lose your channel over if you join them. Feel a bit more cold coming in. I was going to change lanes. I actually might stay on this one because I might catch up with that truck. We're in Germany, are we? Oh, it's getting cold. Like I said, we've got a cold blast, cold snap coming up. Well, it's here now. Definitely here now. And we haven't even... The high for today is not even in the double figures. And that's in Celsius. So the high, today's high is 9 degrees Celsius. And we've just been having such nice summery weather, actually warm, real warm weather. And now we're back to like middle of winter weather. Which is fun because of my disability. They give you an extra $20 a week to help with power during winter time, which finished on the 1st of October.
Turn right. Keep left.
So yeah, my power bill's been horrific. I mean, really horrific this winter with the heater. Mind you, this is the first year since I've owned a heater, which hasn't been that long, a couple of years, 3 years. We've had, the last 2 winters were really, really warm. When I bought it, the winter we had was quite warm, and the next winter was quite, last year was quite warm. This year was actually a bit more like winter, but still more, mostly warm in comparison. But I've never had to have it on all day, and I've had to have it on all day a couple of times this year. And I've also forgotten to turn it off at night a couple of times, which hasn't helped. So my power bill is, mind you, I did have a credit in my power bill, so I decided to use it a bit more than I normally would anyway, because I thought I had the money. And because I did that, they decided to up my payment, weekly payment. Bastards. So yeah, and my internet's just gone up as well, so and the shopping is just ridiculous. It's really bad here. I don't know about the rest of the world because I don't watch the news and stuff like that, but my shopping, buying pretty much the same stuff from last year to this year, has gone up $40 a week. Unlike my income. So on top of that, with the heating, the power going up, the internet's gone up, my mobile phone went up. My rent goes up this week as well. It may be history repeating itself, where the countries that are reasonably comfortable, rich, become poor, and the poor companies become rich again. So save your pennies up. It happens constantly throughout history, which means it's most likely to happen again. And that's all from the Finance News of today. Top tip from your finance anchor, Mr. Paul. Great bloke to take financial tips off. Trying to reach over to the heater without crashing. Wish me luck. Done. Too good. I could do this with my eyes closed. Won't end well, but I could do it with my eyes closed. Yeah, 14's quite. Even 14 for that time. Because, yeah, that's the thing. Because you're just so used to, especially with summer and going down like that, your body's used to that temperature, and then it seems like a huge difference. And then of course you get into winter and the high will be 14 and you go, oh, it'll be quite warm. And then drops down, you know. This thing here, it's just icy. I think there's been a lot of moisture around which has made it, you know, feel cold, but we definitely had a lot more colder days this year than the last couple of years. Still not like it used to be. But I think because of that, it just felt a lot colder than it ever have, because we're just so used to the warmer temperatures. The same here, actually. Today it's not raining. But it rained, started raining on Thursday last week when my mum went away. It rained every day. Now, mind you, no, it did rain. It was hailing before. It was raining this morning, then stopped, the sun came out, and the sun was, like I said, the sun's got enough warmth in it. So if you're indoors next to a window, it's fine. The sun's really warm. But once it goes away, it's a different story. It's really cold. To the point, like I said, it started hailing. So I ended up switching the light bulbs between the kitchen and the one above me here over, because the one in the kitchen is a lot brighter. Because it was really dark outside and that, and I didn't know how the lighting would be, which the lighting seems alright from what I see with OBS. I mean, you get the reflection of the brightness off my screen, off my glasses. Which I suppose is good. That just means you can see that what you were seeing on the stream is what I'm seeing here, as far as the game goes.
Go straight on.
Yeah, well, I've never not liked rain. I welcome it, and the reason I welcome rain is because rain makes trees grow and plants grow, and plants make oxygen. Bring it on. So I've never complained about it. Except for, you know, when I wanted to do something and the rain stopped me from doing it. But I mean, we're all like that. But that's normally because rain turns up when it's not forecast. which is now how I describe my gameplay style in any games. I'm like a weather forecast, very unreliable and inconsistent with my gameplay. Yeah, well, it is, yeah, especially with moisture, yeah, because it always feels colder. "14 degrees with moisture around feels a lot colder than a dry, cold 14 degrees, you know? Where there's no moisture, it's just... I think. That's been my experience. Works both ways for me. Because I know a 40 degrees Celsius pure heat, dry heat, feels less hot than 30 degrees with 90% plus humidity. Yeah, but we've been told we're going to get a early summer and a hot summer, which I'm slightly confused about. I have to admit, because if you remember, or if you heard, you will remember the volcano that went up near Tonga. The huge explosion put a lot of smoke and ash into the atmosphere. It ended up in the stratosphere and it's stuck there. And there's a lot of it apparently at the bottom, sort of working its way up. And I can't remember which chemical it is, but there's a chemical in there which will reflect the sun's rays, the UV, or whatever it is. So it will should make it colder, because a lot of the sun's rays won't be able to get through onto the earth. So I don't understand if that's the case, and it does happen. There's proof that it happens with huge explosions. I mean, there was a huge there's an explosion that everyone sort of knows about, mostly called Krakatoa in Indonesia. Huge explosion. Everyone talked about it. But what people don't realise is a year before, and there's a good reason why they don't realise this, or it's not talked about much. There's a year before there was another volcano in Indonesia that went up, which actually caused so much cooling it snowed in America in the middle of July. And is one of the reasons why we ended up with bicycles. Because oats weren't grown, everyone had a horse, there was a shortage of oats, only the rich could afford the oats. Someone came up with a new alternative way of travelling, which is how the bicycle came about. So there you go. Not just entertaining, informative. You're welcome. But no one knows much about that. It was a bigger explosion than Krakatoa, and Krakatoa was quite huge. But the reason is when Krakatoa happened,
Right, and then exit right.
the telegram had just been invented. So the word got around. Where the other one exploded, the telegram hadn't. In between the two explosions, the telegram was invented. So the word hadn't got around about that. But yeah, that's what that one did. And fun for us. Now, I've mentioned it before, up the road from me, a couple of hours out, it's a super volcano. It was the very last one to ever go off of all the super volcanoes, and apparently they don't do their big explosions for like hundreds of thousands of years. Well, the volcano alert on that has just been risen to number 1. It's having a lot of earthquake swarms at the moment. So that's fun. And I also watched something that the fault that runs through us, just south of us, is due for a 9 magnitude quake. So yeah, it's all go around here. Which we actually had a 5.9, 5.8, 5.9 the other week. First earthquake in ages that I felt. A long time. We're in the Czech Republic. Yeah, we just hadn't had an earthquake in so long. It's weird. It was weird not feeling them for quite a while. And we had quite a lot. Now we had quite a lot because we had a few years back a huge 7.2 earthquake, and that caused a lot of aftershocks. And aftershocks last, depending on how big, the bigger they are, the longer they last. They can last for months, or they can happen years after. And for a couple of years we'd have a lot of earthquakes all over the place, and then it just died down. Which is what I mean, it was weird because it was so consistent. Which I didn't know until I actually started watching stuff about it. That I always thought earthquakes were just aftershocks happened at where the earthquake happened. But they don't. They happen there, but they actually happen in other places as well. An earthquake like a few hundred miles away happens, it was triggered because of that earthquake, so it's an aftershock because it's the magnitude's lower. And also you can get an aftershock that is, it's very rare, but can be a higher magnitude than the original quake, which you also had as well. Well, we didn't have it. It was up north in the Pacific. There was a huge earthquake, and then there was an aftershock that the magnitude was a couple of points more. The things we learn. Ooh, I've just seen how much cash we've got. Oh, no, I'm not going to beat that fellow, am I? I will now, if I hurry. $178,640. This delivery's 100,000, I believe. For one heck of a trip. There we go. Right. We have a new garage.